Here we are with one of the greatest fighters to ever step in the ring, Aaron The Hawk Pryor, former junior welterweight champion. Tell me, you have your son fighting tonight. Do you get nervous watching your son fight?
Yeah, it's Hawk time. It's Hawk time again, you know. Whatever my son or anything to relate to boxing, it's Hawk time.
So tell me about training your son. How is it training your son as compared to other fighters?
Well, you know, I let him be himself. You know, I tell him the things that he needs to do. He's a very tall fighter, and he has a good jab, and I think that's going to win the fight for him.
Tell me, you just came back from the Hall of Fame, and you watched Pacquiao Bradley. Tell me, what are your thoughts on that fight?
I cried every round. I thought Pac-Man won the fight. I mean, everybody got an opinion. You know, that's his mind. And you know, I've been in that circumstances before, so I feel very bad for Pac-Man.
I mean, tell me specifically, what was it your fight with Howard Davis in the qualifying for the Olympics in '76?
I think that was a very, that was just like the fight there. I think I won that fight, but they gave it to Howard Davis, you know. But I thought I won it. So that's just boxing. I learned that's just boxing.
Tell me, how does it feel that even long after you're retired, people still come up to you, they ask you for autographs, they still remember your great fights with guys like, I believe it was Kameda and Aguayo?
Yeah, I mean, you know, who can never forget Alexis Aguayo? Alexis was a great champion. We had some great fights, and I mean, you know, that's boxing. When you have great fights, people don't forget. They do not forget great fights.
I mean, tell me about you know, one of the best fighters right now in the world, Floyd Mayweather's in jail. You know, he's going through his own things. I want to ask your opinion. You know, if he gets out of jail, and from what you've seen from Pacquiao, if they fought now, who do you think would win?
I like the Pac-Man from the very get-go. I think Pac-Man is the closest thing that I've ever seen that looked like me, and the way he fights. You know, he throw a lot of punches from different directions and stuff. So, you know, I really like Pac-Man. I think that Pac-Man will beat Floyd in a decision.
Junior welterweight was your division. You had great fighters like Cassius, Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker. Tell me about some of the other guys that you didn't fight. Who do you think were other? How would you rank the greatest 140 pounders?
Well, I mean, you know, everybody knows that I wanted to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, you know, I beat up Hearns. I had already fought Hearns and beat him. I mean, you know, you know, the opportunity come and you're ready to take whatever comes at you. And nobody wouldn't fight me. They would not fight me. And so I had to retire.
But tell me about who do you think were the greatest junior welterweights of all time, not named Aaron Pryor?
Oh wow! I mean, you know, there's some great junior welterweight champions that I admired so much, and Carlos Ortiz. I mean, you know, there is just some great junior welterweights. I mean, Pernell Whitaker. I mean, you know, I just some of the guys that I idol. You know, it's in the same weight class that I'm fighting in.
You mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard. Do you feel if you guys ever fought that you would have won?
Well, you know, me and Ray Leonard was at the Hall of Fame, and his brother came over. He said, "Pryor, you're my brother at the fall. Who would have won?" I never said I could beat Ray Leonard. I said I wanted to fight Ray Leonard, and I told Ray up in New York, I said, "Listen, I'm not going around telling everybody I could beat you. I said I wanted to fight you." I said that's what it was, because Ray is a good fighter.
So it would have been a great money fight for sure for you, right?
It would have been a great money fight, you know, and I got a little pissed off at Ray. He could have took that fight. That would have been my fight.
How did you score him versus Hagler?
I didn't. I mean, you know, doing that, taking his hands, doing all the fancy stuff he did, to me, didn't win the fight. You know, all that flashy stuff that he was doing, the judges liked it, but I didn't. I think that Hagler won the fight.
Tell me about what you're doing now, because I know that you're really deeply into spreading the word of God. You know, you're a minister, I believe, right?
I'm a minister in Cincinnati, and I work with kids, and I train Aaron Jr. And you know, and I serve the Lord. You know, I gave my life to Christ, and I'm having a great time. You know, I've been married for 20 years to the same girl. You know, things are just going really great for me.
Tell me, where can people see your sermons?
Every Sunday in Cincinnati at New Friendship Baptist Church in Avondale, Cincinnati.
And lastly, I want to ask you, talk to me about boxers nowadays. If you took the top 10 guys now and you had a tournament with the top 10 guys of your day, who would win? Which team?
The old school. The old schools win because these guys here can just go to it. They can barely go 12 rounds. And you know, it's the difference between 12 and 15 rounds. Totally different. And these guys that fight today can just go 12 rounds. And I think if they went 13 or 14 rounds, they get hurt.